tell me your scariest paranormal experience or your first paranormal experience. Here, I'll go ahead and start with one. Me, I'm an investigator. Been an investigator for years now, 20 some odd years. And I acquired this location to, become a caretaker in Vicksburg, Mississippi. The name was Kuhn Memorial Hospital. Kuhn Memorial Hospital. You can Google it and check out some stuff on it. Well, the foundation that owned it, they called me up and like, yeah, could you go out there, just, keep an eye on it, make sure that, nobody gets hurt, go out there, put caution tape up, blah, 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 blah. So I did all that. And about 3 months into it, I was like, I'm not getting paid for this. So I might as well go ahead and try to collect evidence and see the place that's haunted. I mean, this is pre-Civil War hospital, so I'm sure it was a lot of trauma that went on. No, it was a lot of trauma. And I'm sure it was a lot of activity that, that's happened over the years that never was documented. So, it was a few months after that we started investigating and started getting some of my friends to come in, investigators all over the United States. If they were in the area, I was like, come on, let's go in here and try to see what's here. So I think it was about 6 months afterwards, and we actually got real deep into it and started leaving cameras up there, this and that. Well, one camera went over one of the footage. I left it up there for a couple of days and went over the footage, and the camera ended up getting knocked over for no reason. Nobody there. Then we started getting EVPs, disembodied voices of a little girl, girl spirit. We also got a couple of males there, really couldn't understand what they're saying. They wasn't really Class A, it was like Class B or Class C EVPs. So eventually I started just getting obsessed with the place, just totally obsessed with it. And I lived like a block away, so I could go there anytime I wanted to investigate. So I ended up just staying up there more often. And it got down to it. Look, put it this way, it got down to it. I used to go to the top of the roof, and I had a barbecue grill up there, and I'd grill out. Well, my family and friends started seeing a change in me. Totally different change. I wasn't paying attention to any of them. I was always at the damn hospital. I didn't realize this. I was totally blinded by it. I was just, the way I was looking at it, hey, it was a cool place and it was fun to hang out, old, abandoned location, and I had full access to it type thing, okay? Well, we started getting crazy EVPs of growling, of just sinister, deep voices, Class B. And there was one point we were standing in the hallways, me and a couple of more investigators, and we look at the end of the hallway, and there was a tall shadow person, and no one getting damn well nobody else has been up there because we already walked through the location, right? I don't believe in the red eye thing. I really don't. Never seen anything like that until then. That shadow had red eyes, so it was pretty intense. I looked at them, they looked at me, we looked back, and it was gone. We went up to the one of the top floors. It was raining its ass off one day, and we went up to the top floor, room 503. We went up there to investigate. And we were in there, and while we were in there investigating, I just started getting a bad feeling, like a gut feeling to get out. So I looked at everybody. I was like, "Come on, let's go ahead and go. I'm just not feeling right in here." So we go downstairs, and we're right below 503. Next thing you know, it's a loud crash, loud boom. We go, I'm thinking domino effect. So we go hauling, ass out of there. We get out of there, and I run around to the side, and I look where 503 was. The whole concrete roof right there, just on 503, has done caved in. Right after that, I listened to the recorder, and we got a little girl sit here giggling. I mean, it was a Class A giggle, laugh. Right after that happened. I'm getting chill bumps even telling you the story. It was insane. Well, I'm trying to skip ahead. I don't want to make this too long. But like I said, I started getting obsessed and more going up there. I used to go up there all the time by myself. Well, it came down to it where I ended up going through a real bad low time in my life. At the same thing, I really do think that hospital was affecting me, or whatever was in there, the non-human entity that was in there was trying to pull me in there and make me stay there permanently. So I remember going up there, and I sat down in one of the rooms, and I was just bawling, crying in tears. I just done gave up. I done quit. I can't do it anymore. I can't, sit here and go through my divorce and this and that and the money issues. I'm about done. But I was sitting there, and next thing you know, everything just got muffled. It's like somebody put earmuffs over my ears. I could still hear the birds. I could still hear the background noises and all that, but it was like real muffled. And it was like, it wasn't like a voice in my head. It was weird as hell. It was, I don't know. It wasn't even a thought. It was so crazy. But I hear, go to the roof. Well, not really here, but you understand what I'm saying. Go to the roof. And I was like, okay. And I started getting a calm feeling. I wasn't upset anymore. All the pain went away, and I was like, okay, I'll go to the roof. I'll feel better now. I'm not depressed. I've been depressed for months. Can't sleep or anything. So I go up to the roof, and I'm walking on the roof, and I go to the edge, and I look down, and I see my truck. And there was that thought again. It says, just one more step, end it all. What? I've never thought about even attempting to take my own life. Never, 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 ever have. And I still wouldn't to this day, but it just popped in my head. And I kept on looking down, and it happened again. The thought, one more step, end the pain. And I stop, and I shake my head, I snap out of it, and I haul ass out of there, and I did not go back to that location. It was probably months later I went back to it. Well, coming to think about it more and more again, all that negativity, whatever that non-human entity was in that location, I really do think it was pulling me there. It was pulling me there to make me stay there, where to have another soul added to the location. That's the only thing I could think of. And, I've talked to people about it in the past, and they've told me the same thing. It does make sense. I mean, there was multiple other stuff that happened. I can go on for about an hour and tell you the whole thing. It was actually, you can look it up, Haunted Hospitals on Travel Channel, called Obsession. I think it's episode 13. Check it out. That's a full story. But anyway, tell me your scariest story. Tell me your first story.